Welcome back. This is the second video on max consecutive ones problem. The previous solution, I'm not really satisfied with that and it's not the best solution. So in this video, we're going to see more approaches and other ways to solve the problem. I'm going to rename this method to add a method element approach. So in this approach, I'm going to make little changes. So the logic I'm going to make a little different. I'm going to use the predefined method of Math.Max is very useful in special scenarios or whenever you're trying to compare two different max numbers. The Math.Max is the method which is very useful, and I'm going to use this approach. Let's start the writing. So I'm going to use the same max and int max here and the same for loop. If you did not watch my previous video, just go to YouTube and watch it. This is an extension to the previous video. So here, what I'm trying to do, so if put array of I, so which is the current item, equal to put array of I plus 1. So since we are using I plus 1, I'm going to make it length minus 1. So if both are same, then I'm going to increase the temp count plus, and in the else condition, I'm going to determine max consecutive numbers equal to, so here is our math.max temp numbers, comma, consecutive numbers or numbers. So this will give you just, so this method math.max is going to come to a comparison of the both numbers we passed, and it will return the maximum number. If temp consecutive number has maximum number, it's going to return the same, or else it's going to return the max consecutive numbers. And then temp consecutive numbers, I'm going to make it 1, because again I have to start from the 1. So here the temp consecutive number also I'll start, instead of starting from 0, I'll start from 1, because here I'm passing two numbers, like the left side and right side number, so that it's appropriate started from 1. And finally, after completion of the for loop, console dot write line, what I'm going to do, copy same here, max consecutive ones in this series remove this condition and do Math.Max. So here I'm going to write Math.Max of max consecutive numbers or temp max consecutive number. Yeah, this is not going to give correct solution for all the scenarios. So there are a couple of, you have to make or add a couple of more conditions. But before that, let's see what's wrong with this code and execute it. So the same input, I'm going to run it for this logic or this implementation. Let's see. So I'm expecting 16, 5, 5. So 16 is the right answer. Even the 5 is the right answer. But here it's displaying 0. So it's giving max. So here in the third scenario, it should give 0. And in the fourth, 3, 4, 5. So here also it's giving the wrong solution. It should give the number 5. For the fourth one, it should give the number 5. And for the third one, it should give number, it should return number 0. So you have to make some more changes to the code so that it will work for the consecutive ones. We have to add a condition here so that if input array of I equal to 1. So the previous, if I remove this condition, it's going to check whether it's a 0 or 1. It's going to check for all the numbers. So I have to make this condition so that it will work. And let's run this. Still, there is one more condition we need to add. What's wrong with that? See that before that we'll run this and then we will see that. So 16 is the right answer, 5 is the right answer, 1 is the wrong answer, 5 is the right answer. But still it's failing for the third condition because here we are initializing with temp number from 1, and the third condition, there are no zeros, there are no ones, so it's not going to increase the temp consecutive number all the iterations. But here, since the max consecutive number is 1, it's going to do the Math.Max. The max consecutive will be 0, but temp consecutive will be 1. And so this max consecutive will be 1. So to fix this one, we have to add one more condition. Let's do that. So here, I'll return temp. If temp consecutive number greater than 1, then I'm going to return, or I'm going to return 0. I know if it's greater than 1, that means it is legitimate, genuine. And if it is 1, that means it's never get initiated, and 1 will not be the consecutive number of 0 or 1. So if the temp max consecutive number is greater than 1, then I have to return the number, or else I have to return the 0. So let's run and see whether it's working or not. 16, 5, 1, 5. Still it's not working. Where we have to add one more condition. So here, because it's already updating the number 1, So the same, I have to add the same condition for let's run this and see. Yeah, same, it's not working. Add it here. Yeah, 16505. So the code is by using Math.Max. So, and this is going to calculate only the max consecutive ones. If both the numbers are same, that means it's consecutive numbers, and then I'm going to update the temp counter, and it is 1. And in the else condition, I'm going to do a math. If temp consecutive is greater than 1, then only I'll retrieve the number, otherwise I'll retrieve the 0. I'll assign it to this max consecutive number, and I'll reset the counter to 1. And here again, when I'm returning the value, I'll check both max consecutive counter and temp consecutive counter. If they are greater than 1, then only I'll consider them. Otherwise, I'm going to return 0. So this will give the desired output. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please share your feedback. Your feedback is very important to the quality. Also suggest your topics which you want to see the solutions. Thank you. Thanks again for watching the video. Happy coding.